the cost to acquire a customer is greater than it has ever been. And keeping a customer is almost as paramount, just from the standpoint that competition is critical. You may not have as much net new business. And so you really need to reduce that level of churn. And a real quick kind of anecdotal story is that, a while back, we created an extranet for a client, and it was not just an informational extranet. They had gone through actually a series of merger acquisitions. And so they had a whole number of different ERP systems, and it was impossible for them to move to a singular ERP system. I mean, it was possible, but time and money being probably $30 to $40 million to do it, it wasn't practicable. So what we did was we worked with them to build a normalization of the data for their customers, because they had customers that were utilizing all of these different services across all these different business units and globally as well. And they needed one place to be able to see all of their data. And it was performance data, because it had to do with repair logistics, and they needed to see what was happening, what was trending, so that they could make changes in production. So it became really critical. So we built this for the client. And what I really want to underscore here is that the conversation with the client, as we got more into the process and finally when it went into production, his thought initially was, this is going to be a great differentiator for us. And they are a multi-billion-dollar company, and the competition that they have, all things being equal, was if we were on the same page, or at least competitive around price, availability, and quality, what would push the deal over into our side in terms of being a benefit, in terms of being an advantage. And it ended up becoming this extranet was the thing, because people struggled so much with that data. So I think that when we think about intranets, it seems like it's very much a cost center, and it's very much driven in terms of being kind of like a standard way of optimizing the operation. But from a customer perspective, it can be massive in terms of winning new business and keeping that business.
Absolutely.